I've been driving around with my brother. He is back at the apartment though. I just went ahead and, of course, running more errands. Um, Calling his caregivers mixed emotions. I know I'm doing some things where I know I'm doing right by him, but I'm also feeling sad that it's like he's, mourning a lot of things sometimes. So when I go and check on him, and I basically check the apartment based on seeing what I'm looking at, trying to determine what his state of mind is and emotions are at the time. Um, Yesterday, it seemed like he had a little something going on where he might have been upset about something. Today, he seems a lot more, I don't want to say chill, but not really depressed either. But it just seems a little more subdued. So it seemed like maybe yesterday he had a little bit of a manic episode and it wasn't as dramatic as it could have been. And now today, I guess he's having a depressive kind of feeling, kind of sluggish and slow. I don't know if he probably did go somewhere today because it looks like he bought some things. Um, but what I saw, I a lot of the things that I see when he's doing like writing and cutting and pasting stuff or taping, he doesn't use glue. He uses tape. Um, that he's mourning a life that he didn't get to have, and that is one of the things that makes me feel sad. And maybe that's one of the things as to why right now I'm kind of just letting him be in the world, because for a long time he hasn't had that, and life isn't fair. And he's a good person. I've said this before. He's a good person, and he literally he's writing down things about having a wife and children. And that's the thing. It's like, I know a lot of people complain about men don't want families and things like this. Based on what he's doing, he wants that. And I don't know if he'll actually ever get that. Having a wife and a family. And because of his illness, and because for a long time, I guess he never realized that, and nobody really knows. I'm now telling him that he can go into recession from this illness. It doesn't have to um, affect his life to the degree that it has affected his life. A lot of people really don't know a lot of the newer things that people are trying to put this illness in remission, and they're just giving up on people. And he gave up on himself. And so that's the part where if somebody is ill, they don't think that they will have a future. And a lot of people around them don't believe that they would have a future. And that's kind of where I am torn right now with this. And I keep trying to encourage him to keep trying to get healthy, to keep trying to work on it. And if he's depressed on realizing now that he has some clarity, that's again that tricky part. Like anybody would be depressed, realizing like, oh my gosh, 20 years of my life is what happened. And once you have enough clarity to realize where you are in life and you start to see, of course that's going to make you depressed, and that's going to like double down on the recovery, you know? And that, like I said, it makes me feel bad for him. And it, knowing that I'm just kind of letting him be right now, I wonder, is this something that he wants to strive for, to be healthy, or does he really Is he really giving up? I don't think he's giving up, but there are days where he's letting the illness take over. And I can't blame him because, like I said, nobody has told him that he can go into remission if he works on it. And being in a new city, that's yet another thing where he doesn't know anybody. Like, literally, I am the only person he knows. And I have to be at work. So, again, I feel guilty that he, like, there's no family. That's why I was trying to get him back to where our family lives. But then he would have been put in a place where he would have never realized that he can get better. Do you see? Like, I'm in a little bit of a catch-22, as they say. And I kind of want to find that middle ground where people can help him get better and realize that he can recoup part of a life that he really wanted. So, but at the same time, he's got to take his medicine, and he's got to know that the other thoughts that he is having, sorry, I'm just like driving, the thoughts that he is having are not real thoughts, some of them. Like, he knows, I think he does know the difference between the delusions and his real thoughts. So I guess the other element is that I have to realize, and I know that I have grown a lot in emotional intelligence and awareness. And I know there's so many people in this world right now that don't have that emotional intelligence or awareness. And so I'm having these expectations that, oh, if I just talk to him, he'll be okay. Like, he is not equipped to be able to have these conversations or to realize that he can come out of it. And again, that makes me kind of upset for him. And all I can do is continue to encourage him. He's still refusing to go to therapy. I feel like if he started going to therapy like a real therapist, and with the treatment, the medication, and the nutrition part, like, I feel like he would really make some gains. But this is very tricky. You know, it's very tricky that mental illness really is like harmful in that regard, where, yeah, but even trying to recover, and you start to realize what you've missed, kind of leads to more mental illness, right? That's kind of where I am with him right now. And if I'm looking for care for him, there's either the put him away. I don't want to put him away. But that might be the safest place for him. I don't know if he'll ever come out of it, because, again, back to what I was saying before, he's starting to realize what he's missed in life that he wanted. You know, I don't have all the answers, obviously. And I'd worried about this anyway, where he sees, and I was, this is what I was thinking. So I kind of wanted to put him in an environment where everybody is a certain kind of way, you know, for the most part, quote unquote, normal. And he would see that, and then maybe it would encourage him to want to get better and want to do, like, all the things, anything to get better so he can, which in a way he kind of is. And but there's also that element of seeing everybody else being normal, and he can't be normal right now, and that makes, anybody feel bad about themselves. And that's where I think therapy would be really helpful right now for him. I don't know. Yeah, so this morning he was listening to a church service, and like I said, he's religious. He's a good guy. He wants a wife and kids, and I don't know if he'll ever have that. I want that for him if that's what he wants. So, yeah, that's where we are right now. So I'm gonna go. I've got some things I need to do. Yeah, like I said, I was driving him around just so he can get some fresh air and see something different, because I think he spent most of the day in the apartment, kind of depressed. But all we can do is meditate, pray, and start again another day. All right. With that, I say, take care.